Once upon a time, in a peaceful part of Ibadan, where the evening air carried the smell of roasted corn, and the voices of children echoed between painted bungalows, there lived a woman named Ngozi and her husband Obinna. They were the kind of couple everyone admired. When they walked to church on Sundays in their matching Ankara, people would whisper, "God, give me this kind of love." But behind the painted smiles and soft laughter, a strange dissatisfaction grew quietly in Ngozi's heart. Obinna was too calm, too gentle, too forgiving. He never argued, he never shouted. Even when she provoked him, he responded with silence, the kind that carried both patience and pain. When Ngozi complained about the house, he fixed it. When she snapped in anger, he offered understanding. When she raised her voice, he lowered his. At first, it seemed beautiful, but as years passed, Ngozi began to see his peace as weakness. "He doesn't fight for anything," she told her friends one afternoon. "Even when I test him, he just smiles like everything is fine. I'm tired of this quiet life." Her friend Chika shook her hand. "Ngozi, you better thank God. Men like Obinna are rare. The rest of us are managing men who argue with the walls." But Ngozi did not listen. Her heart had grown restless. She began to test his patience in small, subtle ways. When he greeted her warmly, she ignored. When he brought home her favorite suya, she turned her face away. When he complimented her, she rolled her eyes. Obinna would still smile gently. "Ngozi, are you all right?" he would ask. "I'm fine," she did reply sharply. "You are just too soft for my liking." That night, he said something that stayed with her long after he left the room. "Ngozi, I don't raise my voice because I don't want to lose my peace. You are my home, and I refuse to set fire to my own house." But the more he stayed calm, the more she burned with irritation. One evening, during the heated moment, she shouted, "I can't live with a man who has no fire. I want someone who can argue, shout, and make me feel his presence. You are too calm, like water with no taste." Obinna looked at her, his eyes tired but soft. He nodded slowly, packed a small bag, and said quietly, "Peace is the language of my heart, Ngozi. But if you don't understand it, maybe silence will teach what words cannot." He left that night. The days that followed were empty. No gentle voice in the morning, no laughter over dinner, no humming in the shower. At first, Ngozi felt proud. She thought he would come back begging, as he always did. But weeks passed and he didn't return. The silence that she once mocked became her only companion. The food tasted bland, the nights were long, and the walls echoed her own sighs. One evening, as she washed her clothes outside, her neighbor Mama Funke stopped by. "Ah, Ngozi, where is your husband? That calm one that always greets everybody." Ngozi forced a smile. He left. Mama Funke shook her head sadly. My daughter, peace is not boredom. Peace is gold. Some of us prayed for calm men, but got thunder instead." That night, Ngozi wept until her pillow was wet. She remembered the small things she had ignored, the way Obinna rubbed her shoulders after work, the way he said "I love you" without words, the way he covered her with a blanket whenever she fell asleep on the couch. She finally understood what Obinna had meant. He wasn't quiet because he was weak. He was quiet because he valued peace more than pride. Months later, life moved on. Obinna relocated to Abeokuta, where he started a new life. Still calm, still kind, but wiser. Ngozi remarried a man named Emeka, loud, bold, and full of fire. At first, she enjoyed the noise, the arguments, and the passion until that fire began to burn her. When Emeka got angry, the walls shook. When he shouted, the neighbors heard. When she cried, he said she was too emotional. And each time the shouting turned into painful silence. Ngozi's heart would remember Obinna, the man who never raised his voice, yet loved her deeply. One night, as thunder rolled across the sky, Ngozi sat on her bed and whispered, "I thought peace was weakness. I didn't know it was strength. I wanted a man who would fight, not realizing the real fight was to stay calm." So, my people, do not despise the one who brings peace simply because you are used to noise. Some people carry calmness like a shield, not because they are weak, but because they have conquered themselves. And when love is quiet, it doesn't mean it is empty. It simply means it has learned the language of wisdom. Thank you for watching another episode today. I believe we have learned one or two from this beautiful story. Don't forget to subscribe and give this story a thumbs up till I come your way again. Bye.